Question number 51. You plan to store 20 TB of data in Azure. The data will be accessed infrequently as visualized by using the Microsoft Power BI. You need to recommend a storage solution for the data. Which two solutions should you recommend? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. A. Azure Data Lake. B. Azure Cosmos DB. C. Azure SQL Data Warehouse. D. Azure SQL Database. And E. Azure Database for the Postage as well. So option A and C is the correct. Now I am telling you why. Azure Data Lake is designed for the big data analytics and optimize the infrequent access at scale. Azure Data Lake also cheap storage for the large amount of the semi-structured and unstructured data. Also, Azure Data Lake integrate natively and Power BI, Azure Synapse, and HD Insights. So, Azure Data Lake is suits for 20 TB data if we want to store in Azure. Option C, Azure SQL Data Warehouse. This is also called earlier question we were talking about the Azure Synapse Analytics. Yes, this is also called the Azure Synapse Analytics. So this is the best suit for the large scale of the analytic workload like 20 TB. Right? Another we will say that another Azure data as Azure SQL Data Warehouse have a facility to native integration with the Power BI means if we can integrate the data with the Power BI, right? And in this question is saying that the data will be accessed infrequently and visualized using the Microsoft Power BI. Yes. So Power BI we can native integrate with this one, right? So this suits. And also Azure SQL Data Warehouse built for the massive parallel processing means MPP, massive parallel processing, and query large data set. So option C also correct. Now option B, D and E, why not food? Let me explain. Azure Cosmos DB. Azure Cosmos DB global distributed no SQL database, not ideal for infrequent analytics workload or large scale storage of this type. And also it's more expensive than need is scenario. So option B, Azure Cosmos DB is incorrect. Option D, Azure SQL database. So Azure SQL database suits for the transactional OLTP system, not optimized for the massive scale analytics like 20 TB of the rare access data. Okay. Option E, Azure database for the Postage SQL. I think if you are little bit familiar with the Azure, so you know what is the Postage SQL server. If you don't know, then yes, I will explain what is the Postage SQL server. But this is also like the SQL server, so it's related to the relational OLTP service. This is great for the backend, not suit for the large scale analytics and visualization at the scale. So option E is also incorrect. So our correct answer is A and C, and rest B, D, E is incorrect. Question number 52. This is the very easiest question I ever seen. This is asking what is the site of the Azure from where you will open Azure account and how you will access. So this is something asking WHTTP, then what portal dot azure.com is the URL of your Azure. Yes, portal.azure.com. HTTP portal.azure.com. You need to identify the type of failure of the which of the Azure availability zone can you use to protect access to the Azure service. What should you identify? A. A physical server failure. B. An Azure region failure. C. A storage failure. And D. An Azure data center failure. So the correct answer is the D. Why? Because question number 53. You need to identify the type of failure of which an Azure availability zone can be used to protect access to Azure service. Which should you identify? A. A physical server failure. B. An Azure region failure. C. A storage failure. D. An Azure data center failure. So let's discuss point wise. Option A. A physical server failure handled by the Azure's internal redundancy. So A is not correct option for us. B. Azure region failure. Zone are within the region. Region-wide failure required geo-redundant solutions. So B also not suitable for us. C. A data storage failure managed by the replication like LRS, JRS, and GRS. So option C also not correct. D. Azure data center failure. Yes, this is what availability zone are especially designed to protect against. So Azure availability zone are designed to protect application and data from the data center level failure. Each availability zone is a physical separated location within the Azure region, which is independent power, cooling, networking. So if one data center failure, service can continue from the Azure another zone. So yes, option D, Azure data center failure is the correct answer. Question number 54. A team of developers at your company plan to deploy and then remove 50 virtual machines each week. All the virtual machines are configured by Azure Resource Manager template. You need to recommend which Azure service will minimize the administrative effort required to deploy and remove virtual machine. What should you recommend? So the question is asking for a development team plan to frequently deploy and remove 50 virtual machines each week and using Azure ARM template. Means using ARM template, they will remove and deploy the VMs. Now, what asks is recommended service that used by the administrative overhead. So, option A, Azure's Reserve Virtual Machine instance. What is Azure Reserve Virtual Machine? That is something like prepaid long-term VM for reservation. Means we reserve some VM for the long term, like 1 year or 3 years. So this is not suitable for us, right? Option B, Azure Dev Test Lab. So what is the Dev Test Lab? Dev Test Lab is a Azure service which help developers and testers to quickly provision environment and manage the cost and automate VM life cycle as well. So it supports ARM template as well. Automatically shut down and remove VM. This is also the functionality of this one. And ideal for scenario with the frequency means frequent VM we are provisioning. So this suits us, huh? And reduce the manual effort as well, as the policy, as the requirement. So option B is correct, right? Now option C is the Azure Virtual Machine skill set. So what is skill set? This is the way to deploy and manage identical and load balancing VM at a scale. So it doesn't suit in our question answer. And why it is not paid? Best auto scaling and high availability app, not for the short term test at dev. Right. So this doesn't suit our answer. Option D, Microsoft managed desktop. Managed desktop is something a managed window like Windows 10, Windows 11 experience for enterprise. It is not related to managing developer test environment or ARM based deployment. So option B, Azure Dev Test Lab is the correct answer. Question number 55. You have an Azure virtual machine named is VM1 that run Windows Server 2016. VM1 is East US Azure region. Which Azure service should you use for the Azure portal to view service failure notification that can affect the availability of the VM? A Azure Service Fabric. B. Azure Monitor. C. Azure Virtual Machine. And D. Azure Advisor. So, the question is asking you have a VM name VM1 and running Windows Server 2016 and it resides in Azure East US region, right? So which service will help you to failure about that VM? Means affect availability, means that VM is available or not. So uh, option A, Azure Service Fabric. Azure Service Fabric is a platform for building and managing microservices and containers. It has nothing to do to viewing the service health or VM notifications. So option A is incorrect. Option B, Azure Monitor. So Azure Monitor is a comprehensive monitoring solution that collect metrics, logs, diagnostic data across the Azure service. So something this is like the question is asked. And what why it is correct? Because it includes the Azure Service Health, right? And which provide the service storage notification. Means whenever service outage will be there, then it will provide the service outage notification. Azure Monitor can alert you when the service is affected. You can configure alert, dashboard, and notification as well. Ideal for the tracking health or availability of the VM, Azure Monitor suits Azure Virtual Machine. Option C. Azure Virtual Machine is the VM. It's nothing to do with that, to monitoring and all these things, right? So it doesn't provide any type of the alert or failure notification itself. It's a normal VM, Azure Virtual Machine. Option D, Azure Advisor. Azure Advisor is the recommendation engine for the best practice, performance, cost, and security. It doesn't give real-time notification. Remember, Azure Advisor never give us any type of the notification for the outage and service failure. This is the something like a advisor which gives you that which type of the your requirement is there and what is best price for you and which one is the security wise, performance wise, and cost wise suits your requirements. So this is the something is Azure Advisor. So option D also not correct. So correct answer is Azure Monitor. As option also saying monitor means we can monitor the our VM. So option B is the correct answer. Question number 56. An Azure administrator plan to run a PowerShell script that create Azure resources. You need to recommend which computer configuration to use to run the script. Solution. Run the script from the computer that run Linux and has a Azure CLI tool installed. Does it meet the goal? So Azure, first of all, I think we should know about the PowerShell. What is PowerShell? So PowerShell is a cross-platform automation tool and a scripting language. It's available on the Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Azure PowerShell module is the different from the Azure CLI. What Azure CLI then? Azure CLI is the command line tool to manage the Azure resources. Means Azure portal provides us the GUI interface by which we can handle all the resources, by which you can means create the VM and do give the provide them like network and setting any type of the internet and security. All these things we can do from the portal.azure.com, that is the GUI interface. As well as if you want to do all these things, then Azure CLI is also useful. Command line tool is there by which you can manage all the resources. So, and it's also used Linux as well, but it is not same as the PowerShell. Azure CLI used AG command. Hmm. So answer B is the means. What is Azure CLI? Azure CLI is the command line manage Azure resource, can be used on Linux, but it is not as the PowerShell. Azure CLI use AG command, not PowerShell syntax, right? So the question is asking about the PowerShell script, but the solution only mention a computer that can run Linux and has a Azure CLI tool installed. That means PowerShell is missing in the configuration. Just having Azure CLI is not enough to run the PowerShell script. So correct answer is no. You plan to deploy several Azure virtual machines. You need to ensure that the service running on the virtual machine are available if a single data center fails. Solution: you deploy virtual machine two or more resources. Does it meet the goal? No. I don't think this meet the goal. Why? Because you want to maintain availability in a single data center fails. That means you need the redundancy across physical infrastructure, not just logical separation. Right? Availability zone means something physically separated data center within the region, means within a Azure region. Right? For true data center level failure tolerance, you should deploy VM into two different availability zones. If in a single availability zone, two machines are there, then it will not meet our goal. Right? So, correct answer is B. Question number 50 here. This is a statement based question. You have to select which statement is correct and which statement is not correct. So, statement 1 is the a company can extend a private cloud by adding its own physical server to the public cloud. So, this is incorrect wording. A company cannot add its physical server to the public cloud. Instead, a hybrid cloud setup connect on the on-premises infrastructure like private cloud with the public cloud resource like Azure. Adding a physical server on premises doesn't extend into the public cloud directly, right? So integration is done through the connectivity like VPN, Express route, not by adding physical server into the Azure. So statement 1 is no. Statement 2, to build a hybrid cloud, you must deploy resources to the public cloud. This is correct. Because a hybrid cloud is a combination of the physical, private, it's a combination of the private cloud, on-premises infrastructure, and public cloud resources. So yes, you must deploy some resources to the public cloud for it and to be a hybrid. So answer is yes. Statement 3. A private cloud must be disconnected from the internet. If we know something about the internet, then you know very well private cloud means the statement is false because the private cloud is a cloud environment dedicated to a single organization, but it can still be connected to the internet, right? For example, to allow remote user to access the service, it is not required to disconnect it from the internet. So statement 3 is no. So statement 1 is no, statement 2 is yes, and statement 3 is no again. Question number 59. An Azure administrator plan to run PowerShell script that create Azure resources. You need to recommend which computer configuration to use to run the script. Solution. Run the script from a computer that run the Chrome OS and use Azure Cloud Shell. Does it meet the goal? So what is our proposed setup? Run the script from the computer that use the Chrome OS and Azure Cloud Shell. So as per my understanding, Azure Cloud Shell is the browser accessible shell hosted in a cloud. It supports Azure PowerShell, Azure CLI. It run on Azure, not on the local device. So it doesn't matter that OS you are running, like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Chrome OS, any OS. What you need for that? An internet and a browser and Azure account. If you have all these three, then yes, you can use. Even the user is using Chrome OS, they are use Azure Cloud Shell, which supports PowerShell that can run a script to create Azure resources, as I earlier discussed in previous question. So answer is yes. Question number 16. An Azure administrator plan to run Azure PowerShell script that create Azure resources. You need to recommend which computer configuration to use to run the script. Solution. Run the script from the computer that run macOS and has a PowerShell Core 6.0 installed. Does it meet the goal? So what question asks is an Azure administrator want to run Azure PowerShell script that create the Azure resource. You need to configure whether the following setup will work or not. So what setup we have? Run the script from the computer that run macOS and has a PowerShell core 6.0 installed. So PowerShell core 6.0 is it has a cross-platform version of the PowerShell that run on the Windows, macOS, and Linux. Right. So works well on the Azure PowerShell module, AZ module, which is required to manage Azure resources. Azure PowerShell module means AZ is fully compatible with the Azure PowerShell Core 6 Plus. Can be installed and used by the macOS. So answer is yes.